Metal Slug!
Alright, next article. Ahem. How battle traits and battle formations shape your army in new AOS. Should I use this hashtag? Seems like something I should use, right? The way you build your armies has changed. The world has changed. In the new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and these changes can affect everything else in the game. From the priority roll to your command point economy, thanks for typing it out. You gotta type it out in full every time. We talked about regiments, individual heroes and their retinues of units, and now it's time to look at the primary rules that govern your army. Battle traits and battle formations. Let's go. Yeah, everything changed when the Fire Slayers attacked. Battle traits. Damn, look at Crazy. And what was the other guy's name? I know one of them is Crazy. Karan Diaz. That's it, Karan Diaz. These guys got chumped in the preliminaries of the tournament, but it's a new edition. Chill. Not everybody's supposed to be a duelist. Also, look at the fucking man right here. Striker Pentecost. Battle traits are a series of widespread abilities that are unique to your army. Some of these will feel similar to existing army rules, but they've all been tightened up and codified to work with the new ability system. Good. Bastion Truck Thalos. He has the keyword War Machine. Let's fucking go. For instance, the Stormcast Eternals have 4 different battle trait abilities. That's more than they used to have. That apply to the army as a whole. While heroic actions are gone, many of those ideas live on. Honestly, kinda good. I don't know that I really loved heroic action. Roll a die, see if you get 1 command point. I don't know. Best Day Ever was cool. I think you can just do this. Stuff just happens. Many of those ideas live on, and their finest hour continues to power up a Stormcast Eternals unit for a... Oh, okay, so Best Day Ever is now Stormcast specific. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Meeps. Heroic action, like, they were cool at the time, but rolling for them was kind of awkward and they were undercooked, yeah. Once per turn, army your hero phase. Their finest hour. Stormcast Eternals are bastions of hope for the forces of order. In times of desperate need, each fighter does what is necessary to keep their enemies at bay. Sounds like a Dr. Samuel Hayden kind of thing. I believe we can work together and resolve this issue in a way that benefits us both. Declare, pick a friendly Stormcast Eternals unit that Excuse me? Not a hero. Pick a Stormcast Eternals absolute unit that has not used this ability this battle to use this ability. Oh shit, once per turn army. Your hero phase. For the rest of this turn. Oh, it's only during your turn. Okay. This doesn't affect the opponent's turn. Okay. I was gonna say. Add 1 to the wound rolls for that unit's combat attacks, not shooting, and add 1 to save rolls for that unit. Big. Their finest 15 minutes. Their 15 minutes of fame. Okay, well, it doesn't affect on your opponent's turn, so it's not, like, potentially maybe oppressive. Because if during my turn when I have to fight you, every single thing I ever fucking fight for the whole game, this one, now this one, now this one, now this one, just at +1, +1, +1, +1, that would be annoying. Yeah, it means on your turn, you get to clean sweep, and they don't hit back. Also, you might actually kind of want stuff like this if your opponent is going to be charging you on your turn, so, or shooting you on your turn. So, I mean, it's a different game now. Signs of the Storm returns as a way to blast your gleaming silver warriors into the thick of battle. On bolts of lightning, and now applies to all Stormcast Eternals armies rather than needing to pick between, yeah, this thing and the Storm Keeps. Agree. As a movement phase ability, it's paired with a deployment ability called the Celestial Realm, allowing you to keep your units in the high Azir before battle. Cool. Deployment phase. Hey, look, it says the deployment phase. I didn't think they'd go so far as to do something like that. But good work. Nice. The Celestial Realm. In High Azir, the Stormcast Eternals await their call to deliver Retribution. Declare. If there are more friendly Stormcast Eternal units on the battlefield than there are set up in reserve, pick a friendly Stormcast Eternals unit that has not been deployed. Set up that unit in reserve in the Celestial Realm. It has now been deployed. Okay. This is reasonable. Yeah, and it doesn't say any sort of limit. You just have to qualify for the declare. They did say everything is an ability, right? They just wrote the old way of doing it in a way that functions under the new system. How nice. Yeah, shiny and chrome. Yeah, before it was for each one on the field you could place one up in heaven, and now it's if there's more on the field than there are, which ends up being about the same-ish, right? Anyway, nice. Keywords deploy. Cool. Your movement phase. Your. Signs of the Storm. Pick a friendly Stormcast Eternals unit that is in the Celestial Realm. Alright, set up that unit anywhere on the battlefield, more than 9 from all enemy units. Easy. Your movement phase. Doesn't say end of your movement phase up here. Now, somewhere else, is it going to say at the start of the movement phase you immediately move everything and then you can use abilities? Because maybe that would do something. Which is why they wouldn't need to write can't move afterwards. There might be a core rule that says you can't move after setup. They wouldn't need to write such a rule Branna made. And they could save space. They could save space by not needing to write that, by having this work at the end of the movement phase. Or maybe what happens in the movement phase is you move everything, and then after you're done moving, you have priority to use abilities like Signs of the Storm. In which case, you wouldn't need to write that. I don't know. Or maybe you just land, and then you can move right away. That seems really good, so probably not, but kind of interesting. Kind of interesting, man. Lonely Bolter, thanks to follow. Appreciate it. Some battle trait abilities may be commands with an associated cost, such as Heaven's Sent. This powerful once per battle ability can return a destroyed unit to the battlefield at half strength, ready to smash aside the enemies of Sigmar once again. Yeah, I did feel that they, in general, I wanted a little bit of a reforging thing ability-wise here, and not just one of the stupid holy commands, which were very half-baked, and they were essentially a pile of band-aids the size of a couch. The command abilities also just said enemy movement phase, which they said beginning or end. It's possible that in the core rules, you will know when you're able to use abilities, right? So that you wouldn't need to say beginning or end. But then again, the hold on, sorry, I hit the mic. Nagash did say end of phase, right? No, he said end of turn. That's different. Okay. We just need to see more. Not sure. I'm gonna move on, assuming that you can use this multiple times, because it doesn't say you can't. And I'm gonna assume you probably can't move afterwards, because that sounds OP. And however they want to make that work, they probably did, you know? They clarified all the reaction command abilities were all end of their respective phase. Right, but that's all the reaction ones. This isn't a reaction. Anyway, I'm sure it probably ends up somehow working like that, right? Heaven sent. Once per battle, your movement phase 1. More reinforcements are sent down from Azir. After you type in the code in Helldivers, let's go. Declare, pick a friendly, non-unique Stormcast Eternals infantry or cavalry unit that started the battle with 2 or more models, so no heroes, and that has been destroyed. Set up a replacement unit with half the number, rounding up, more than 9. Cool. Cool. Yeah, very flavorful. I did kind of want a reforging style mechanic for Stormcast Eternals, and I didn't want it hidden away in a little... I didn't like holy commands, I'm going to be honest with you. And they're super overly restrictive. Only with this, only with this, only with this, only with a knight. Shorter with a knight than a lord. Only for redeemer units, and you look at them and it's only like battle line or a liberator. Once a game, give me that shit. Cool. Yes, that's kind of stepping on Death's toes a little bit, but it's very established in the lore of Stormcast, so I forgive. We forgive. Yeah. Like a whole bunch of Annihilator, like, I guess 3 Annihilators land. Sigmar blows the gun. Fastest reforging in the West. It's high noon. They kept this goofy ass looking thing. How is Sarcosanct gone and they kept the derpy ass, stupid Corgi dragons, the worst sculpt in all of Stormcast? How did they do that? Look, I know they're popular because you gave them overpowered rules for 6 years, but Jesus Christ, if you're going to get rid of something, why not these? All right, whatever, it's fine. I'm not about to ask for more squattings, right? Kind of stepping on Death's toes. Yeah, true, Ozzy. That's literally the lore of why he's mad, so it's appropriate. You also pick a battle formation when constructing your army. These work like sub-factions of old, okay, and exemplify the way a specific force might do battle, or represent the specific tactics it employs. No longer like, you bought Yetis. Here's the Yeti sub-faction. You bought 3 new Nurgle guys. Have a Nurgle sub-faction for buying the new Nurgle guy. But they're no longer tied to a particular Kalau or scheme. Heh. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Actually, this deserves a little bit. What you see is what you get. Enjoyers, stay losing. Hold this L. Creativity chads, stay winning. Paint your dudes how you want to paint them. Have them holding the weapons you think are the coolest. Just use the rules that you want to use with the coolest looking model you want to use. WYSIWYG, into the trash it goes. Throw it like the car batteries into the ocean. Anyway, stay winning. Encouraging players to express their creativity and craft their own creations. I'm very glad they typed this, because we won the battle in first edition over this, and we maintained winning this battle in second edition over this. And it's just nice to hear that they remember that this is a more hobby focused game than 40K in a sense. I don't play 40K, so I don't have a lot of like direct comparisons here. You'll just have to make that part up. But we won the your dudes creativity, do what you want fight, and I'm glad to see them continuing to respect that. Anyhow, good work. Each faction pack, the decks of cards released alongside the new edition, contains 4 battle formations, so you can lean into particular strategies and experiment with new army options from the start. What? Faction pack, a deck of cards released alongside the new edition, contains 4 battle formations, so you can lean into particular strategies and experiment with the new army options from the start. Okay. 4 is less than 6, which we had before, but some armies only had 3, depending. I don't take kindly to having less options than I used to, but I'm reading in chat that 40K only had 1 sub-faction each.
Stop it. Get some help.
What was 40K doing? Ugh. Don't like it. Anyway, hey, alright. Take the Thunderhead host. Thunderhead host. Which prioritizes mixing and matching units from the various chambers with its synchronized strikes passive ability, allowing warrior Chambert units in combat while they're within 12 of a unit from members of a different chamber. Okay, so we're on the buddy system. Deck equals rules. Okay. Yeah, I think what the person meant with 40K is they started with 1 and then Battle Tomes came out. Or sorry, what is they called in 40K? Codex? Right? The codex would come out and give you more? Can you shuffle the rules? Okay, and then 4 to 6 with codexes. Okay. 1 detachment. It's bare bones. Alright. Thunderhead host. Synchronized strikes. Passive. Add 1 hit rolls for combat attacks made by friendly warrior chamber units while they are wholly within 12. Damn, we're keeping wholly within. I'm sad to see that. This is probably my first real disappointment, is that we're keeping wholly within. I find it to be annoying. I'd rather just measure. Oh, you're that far away? Got him. Alright. But anyway, of any friendly non-hero Stormcast Eternal units that do not have the Warrior Chamber keyword. So this directly benefits Warrior Chamber guys, while they're near non-Warrior Chamber guys. So it doesn't help non-Warrior Chamber guys. It only helps Warrior Chamber guys. It doesn't help the other ones. Is this bad? It sounds bad. And it's sort of like, this is the Warrior Chamber host, except you have to play some non-Warrior Chamber hosts, I guess. I mean, although you could think about it in such a way, like you're like, okay, your non-Warrior Chambers essentially get a free buff that they are just using. And so it's not that they're not getting anything, it's that they're technically getting like a buff that they're applying to a nearby Warrior Chamber thing. Warrior Chamber is like half the roster now. Oh, okay. We'll see. This one depends. I'm not sure. I'm not like calling it trash or anything. I need more information. The people abusing making a long string of guys all getting one buff because one guy has toe 12 inches from the buff or why Holy Within will stay? Wrong. Games Workshop writing the rules so that it literally worked like that are the reason why Holy stays. Players just do what the rules allow them to and tell them to. Buck stops here. Also, coherency could fix that, you know? If you don't want one string of guys, you can write coherency rules, which they have done. Or you can make Holy Within rules, which they have also done. To me, it seems like two restrictive rules that are both kind of solving the same problem. I would just use one. Also, I don't think it's a big deal if you have a line of 10 guys. I don't think that's a big deal. The gross thing was that some guy was alive and then 20 inches over, technically part of his unit was over there because they didn't move and you took casualties out of the middle and stuff, and that's just kind of a thing of the past. Anyway, I'm not like too shooken up about it though. Stormcast Guard, Draconian Guard, and other warriors and heroes of the Extremist Chamber often battle within a lightning echelon. Their oncoming storm ability conferring 1 unit per turn. The strike's first effect in combat on a roll of 3 up. Ooh, we got the strike's first meta is coming back per turn, huh? This kind of flexibility extends across the factions, and we'll be seeing more of what they can do when we come with the faction focuses next month. Next month, faction focuses? There's going to be a reason to watch my stream, because there's actually fucking news that anyone gives a shit about for the first time in a calendar year. Let's go! Alright. Hey, I can't wait for those. Good work. Good work. I do want to point out that I was looking at Thunderhead Host from a player perspective right there. If we're going to put on the designer hat real quick, Meeps points out a good point. And that is, I would much rather you get a bonus for playing non-Warrior Chamber stuff with Warrior Chamber stuff than it just say Warrior Chamber get +1 to hit and you spam one guy. Not only does it give you a reason not to spam one guy, but also it gives your opponent something they can do to rob you of the effect. If possible, they could kill the other guy. They could play the game and take this buff away from you via their actions, which is also nice. And then you could know that and try to stop them, right? So, anyway, from game designer hat, I like it a lot. From player hat, we'll see. Keep in mind, players want to just spam one thing, right? Because it's easy. They want to do the easiest, most OP thing. Lightning Eccleston. Once per turn army, any combat phase. Ooh, not just yours. Big. Oncoming storm. First to the fight. The lightning echelon is akin to a spear thrust into the heart of the enemy. Deployed only in times of great need, they smash into the foe's vanguard with the force of an oncoming tempest. Pick a friendly extremist chamber unit that had charge this turn. Roll a die. On a 3-up, the unit has strikes first, and it happens combat phase. So, yeah, you have to charge, which means it's your turn, but not always, because you could charge on your opponent's turn now. So you can countercharge, strike first. Combo. Any combo chargers in the chat? Kind of nice. Kind of nice with it, though. This shit doesn't cost any resources either. I like how they don't cost resources and you can just do them. It's a 3-up though because it's a really powerful effect. strike first, potentially on opponent turn, is a very strong effect. Kind of nice with it. Oh, somebody mentioned that I missed something and it's in Giga, but I didn't miss it. I saw it on Twitter. However, I'm gonna point it out anyway. This was on the War Scroll that they showed. So if anybody is thinking about release dates, at least tangentially, this was printed on the War Scroll they just showed. Look at that. Huh? July 2024. 4th of July. Today we celebrate our independence from 3rd edition. Dadbod Napgod thinks it's a tier 1. I appreciate it for 26 months. Damn. Must sub streak. Don't worry about it. 26 months is a long time. And get enslaved to the 4th. GG. Hey, the 4th edition, 4th of July, kind of makes a little bit of sense, right? Flying units are going to be extra strong with the countercharge, of course. Yep. They break the most important rules of the game. Positioning as we know it is going to radically change. Yeah, there's going to be so many choices you can make that are all very tempting and powerful. Damn, this shit is sick. I'm very excited about all this. This is looking nice. It's smelling nice. It's feeling nice. Please don't clip that. Anyway. I didn't read the bottom. Oh, there's more. Next week, we'll be digging into the guts of the combat phase and brushing up on the pious and the profane as we examine the spellcasting and prayers in the new edition, Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Okay. So, talking about combat next week and talking about prayers. Great. I want to know about both of those things. The tactical depth has increased massively. The play literacy has leveled up. The possibility space has expanded. I don't know any other buzzwords. Buckle in, lean forward. Gamer posture, bless up. Will you stream your first game of 4th? But of course. It'd be kind of a missed opportunity if I didn't. Yeah, for sure. Arden Throne. Sense feel? What's the mouth feel? Yeah, mouth feel. They kept the power roll with minimal changes. Yeah, they really did. But they added a rule to it that seems to like point players in the direction of how you were supposed to sort of treat it anyway, which is nice. They added the force to take first turn. Did they? Vandus Stormhammer. I almost said Vandus Hammerhand, because that's the guy's name. But yeah, Vandus Stormhammer. They added the force to take first turn. Did I miss that in this reading? I was to understand you still got to choose who went first. Let's see. I think it was in this one, right? It was in... building your army has changed, maybe? Is this it? Talking about regiments. Interest here in the case of Lumineth Realm Lords, Venari, blah blah. Drops, 5 drops. Sorry, word. Oh, you know what? I haven't pressed this button in a while. I'm checking the tapes. I'm doing it.
And we take a look
at the tail of the tape.
Some of them may be involved with exotic stuff, like dark matter. Some.
An ABC News Brief brought to you by Michelob Light Beer. Now from Washington, Sandra Van Oker.
Alright, I'm back. I'm still checking the tapes. I haven't found the thing. Liberators Reforged. It's got to be in this part, right? I must have missed it. Player wishes finishes setting up first is rewarded with the option to take the first turn.
Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
However, he did say of the rolling, if you have to balance low drops, blah blah, tension between first turn technical advantage. It doesn't say what to do if there's a tie though. There can't be a tie, right? Because you finished setting up first. Never mind. Yeah, there can't be a tie. Somebody shoot that guy. Some blue name. No, I'm kidding. Hey, that was like a useful wrong comment because it forced me to find out what the case really was. And in the transition from one edition to another, it's important to, how do I put this? Know the difference between what something basically does and what something actually does, right? Or, well, you just think it works like this because it used to work like that, but they might have changed it. You gotta, you know. Anyway, it was a useful wrong comment. Oh, he's talking about battle round rolls. Okay. Could it be that he was talking about that? No, that wouldn't be the case because because they said if you choose to take a double, you can't score battle tactics. They wouldn't have worded it like that if you didn't have a choice. Nope, double wrong. I mean, it was a potential out, but anyway. Hey, good try. Battle round rolls is a choice. Winner chooses turn order. Yeah, because if you didn't get to choose, then all skill would go away, and it really would be random turns, and it really would be about as bad as some people think from the outside. Oh, you just randomly roll and something happens, right? If you didn't get a choice, then it really would be like that. But thankfully we have a choice, and so there's like skill to the game and interest. Anyway, this is fucking sick. I'm pleased. There's no like issue and receive language anymore. You just use it. Any unit just uses it and it just works. Nice. Great work. Limit per phase. Limit per army per phase. Can't use the same one twice. We've introduced the stack into Age of Sigmar. Great choice. First in, last out. We've defined our terms. It's all really simple. Everything is an ability, so it all just uses this. And it's only 3 steps. Couldn't be easier, right? Great work. All out attack is basically the same. All out defense is basically the same. I would pre-complain about this, but I don't think it's worth pre-complaining about this yet. So much stuff could be different or changed, right? We already know that best day ever is gone except for Stormcast. We don't know what Mystic Shield does. We don't know what the basic prayers are. We don't know how things stack yet. Blah, 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 blah. Who knows? At the doubles the same. Forward to Victory is 10 million times worse in a way that viciously hurts me and my army. Damn. You gotta call your shot before knowing if you rolled well or not. And so if you manage to make it, you've wasted your point. That sucks. It doesn't game design suck, it just sucks like for me. Which is a different complaint. Rally is cool. I don't really like Rally, but this is a much nicer, more elegant Rally. and it combines with heroic healing, so fine, no big deal. Redeploy is extra interesting now. It's still a D6, right? But it's any unit ever, anywhere. That's cool and great. Looking kind of interesting. It's a big risk. Covering fire is scary. Concern. Covering fire is concerning. It has to be the nearest visible enemy unit, so there is some play to it. But it's a concern. Countercharge is also a concern. It's such a concern that it's the only command we've seen so far that costs 2. But it deserves it. This shit's scary. Countercharge is going to change things. Maybe I'm just saying that because I play the Stonehorn army. But magical intervention, interesting. It brings up more questions than answers, if I'm honest, so I'm not sure yet about it. Power through is cool, and it's different enough than my ability, that this is fine. Really interesting. This power through is going to change things as well. Do note that you still have to be in combat. You can't have killed the thing. A lot of people might not be picking up on that part and think it's like way better than it actually is. But still, I think that's an interesting one. Very cool. Steely, thanks for the 5 gifted Heywoah memberships on YouTube. I appreciate it. TYVM, and thanks for your generosity. You've been gifting a lot this stream. I appreciate your appreciation. And thanks for the follow. I don't have an anvil. Well, get yourself one. Anyway, thanks for showing up. You can't power through nothing, right? Anyway, all that is basically sick. I only have a concern about maybe 1.6 of them, and we just need more information. Their finest Heywoah for Stormcast, cool. They should be fucking big. They wear full plate, smithed by a dwarven god made out of the cratered core of a planet. Yeah, they should be hard to kill. Sure, being able to choose a unit, not hero, big. Celestial Realm works how it used to work, basically. Cleaned up a little bit for the modern. Yeah, neat. Cool that you can do the deployment phase thing with it. Signs of the Storm. I wonder if you can move after. Probably not. They could do it in a bunch of ways. Heaven Sent. Cool and good. I like it. Battle formations, aka sub-factions. Nice. You can still spam. If you want to spam, you still can. But I like a rule here or there obliging you not to. That's better than just saying spamming is illegal, I think. Because then, like, the crazies can still do it if they want to. Can you find a star unit before you drop them down? Let's find out. Pick a Stormcast Eternals unit that has not used its ability. Yeah. It seems so. Because it doesn't say on the battlefield. I don't know if that's part of their nomenclature. But this one... Pick a friendly Stormcast, Eternals unit that is in the Celestial Realm. So it seems like abilities can pick stuff that isn't on the table. It seems like that's just possible to do, so I don't see why you couldn't. Unless there's some explicit thing that says you can't. Seems like it would work out. And I don't think it would, like, bust anything to do that, either. Seems like they're... Just as the things are written, the answer would be, yeah, you can do that. Is it, like, crazy OP to do that? Not really. Alright. It's just good. Battle formations, yeah, Thunder Strikes. The oncoming storm seems very good. Potentially on that 3-up. Little combo with charging on your opponent's turn. Scary. Risky, but scary. Hey, look, an ability that's really strong, but it's random. And ability that's less strong, but it just works. Hey, that kind of makes sense, right? Yeah, I am the storm that is... I don't have the music on hand, but it's probably DMCA anyway. Why does this song sound so familiar? There's something nostalgic about it. I can't say. I don't know. It must be your imagination. Yeah, and they strike first because they're in the lightning echelon. Makes sense. You hope all-out defense is the only generic save stack and the rest is reserved for armor dudes like Stormcast and Slaves to Darkness? Yeah, for sure. I think I agree with that. Anyway, 4th edition, man. I'm seeing W after W, win after win. We don't know everything. There's still a whole bunch of question marks all over the place. But damn, as I read this, I'm kind of fucking excited to read about combat and prayers next week. Very cool, right? Anyway, chat. I don't have anything planned for tonight. Well, I don't have anything else planned. I was just going to talk with you on a walk for an hour and talk about the rules for 2 hours, and here we are. I really appreciate everyone showing up, though. The next 2 months might have shorter streams. They might be like 3 hours long. For that, I apologize, but we'll be picking it up afterwards. Appreciate everybody stopping by, and thank you very much for the generosity. I'm going to see if there's somebody I can raid. And if there isn't, I might just drop you in a meme place. So stick around. TYVM, thanks for showing up. Join my Discord if you feel like it. Buy a shirt, will ya?